All right. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Playbook Podcast. It's been a while. It has been a while. We had to take last week off, unfortunately. You know, holiday seasons can make it a little difficult for these things, but we are back. We're excited for 2025. We've talked about it already, but we're going to be more consistent with the episodes, starting with today, of course. So we have a lot to talk about, guys. I'm really excited for this one because the NFL playoffs are in full swing. The college football playoff has been incredible so far. I mean, there's only been one really good game, but it's been great, and we're excited for the championship game on Monday. We're going to be talking about that as well. So, yeah, guys, we're just going to hop right on in here. We're going to talk a lot of football today, so just be ready for that. We're going to start with the NFL playoffs. The wild card weekend happened, and it was great. I had a lot of fun watching these games. There's only one really close game, but still I had a lot of fun watching. We're going to start with the very first game. Chargers-Texans. I think a lot of people expected this game to be different. The Chargers were favored at 2.5 going into this game, and they got blown out by 20. Texans win 32-12. Justin Herbert throws 4 interceptions, 4 back-breaking interceptions, and the game was essentially over at halftime. The Texans put up 32 on them, and the Chargers measly 12. So, Trey, what do you think about this? This is Jim Harbaugh's first playoff game as a coach in the NFL. I really thought his team was going to be more prepared. I don't really know if it was a preparation thing or just like the Texans just like came to play. What was your takeaway for this game?
Yeah, so I'm so sick and tired of being on Chargers bandwagon on rider for the past 5 years since Justin Herbert became a starter in the NFL. I'm jumping off that bandwagon. I'm jumping off that bandwagon from now on. That was probably the worst game I've ever seen from in his career. Probably it was so bad.
Yeah,
probably worse than the 28 comeback. That was how bad it was. And for this to happen, and Jim Harbaugh, great coach, great guy. The NFL's not for the guy. It's not. I think he should have stayed in Michigan for another year. He probably could have been the next greatest coach in college football, all honestly, because of the dynasty he was developing in Michigan right before he left. But that I was shocked by this game. I had Chargers winning this game by a lot because I thought the Texans were a little bit shaky.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
I was surprised they lost this game. Justin Herbert, probably to me, he's not a top 10 quarterback.
Dude, overrated, man.
Overrated. He has good hair. But you know, other than that, nothing good about the guy. Every sponsor should like literally jump off this bandwagon right now because that guy is not box office at all. He ain't box office. So, Justin Herbert, you're overrated. Jim Harbaugh, you're not an NFL coach. You're a college football coach.
Yeah, this was really shocking to me. This was the most shocking game of the weekend. I feel like everything else went about how I thought it was going to. I had the Texans winning this game, but I did think that it was going to be close. Justin Herbert, I just want to start with Justin Herbert real quickly. We got to put him out of the conversations with the best young quarterbacks in the NFL. It's just,
I agree.
I get it. He's an insane talent. He has a rocket arm. He's got all the physical traits you want. He's big. He's strong. He's athletic. He can throw the ball far. And it's just not translating. He has 0 playoff wins. We're going to talk about a guy who played his first playoff game this last weekend, and he won it. He now has more wins than Justin Herbert does, and Justin Herbert's been in the league, 5-6 years? I don't know what it was. I know the Texans have a good defense. Justin Herbert was 14 of 32, 242 yards. 197 of those yards, by the way, were thrown to Ladd McConkey. I think Ladd McConkey's legit going to be a fantastic wide receiver in this league, but he's the only guy. I do think it was a personnel mismatch in terms of playmakers. Chargers really only have one playmaker. It's Ladd. That's it.
Yeah.
The Texans have Joe Mixon, Nico Collins. I know that Tank Dell went down, but they still have some fantastic pieces. You know, they got a good tight end room. But it's just it just was bad, man. It really was. I was expecting more from Justin Herbert. Before I say Jim Harbaugh is not an NFL coach, I want to see him. I want to see him with another year because the team was good this year. They made it to the playoffs. I want to see what they can do. They definitely need to get more wide receivers.
Yeah.
In the draft, it's going to be a deep wide receiver draft, so maybe go there with your first round pick another wide receiver because they got the O-line. Their O-line's fantastic. Even though Justin Herbert was sacked 4 times, I'm attributing that more to the Texans D-line being insane. And Will Anderson Jr., by the way, guys, is a bona fide superstar. I think that kid's going to be fantastic. They have a great secondary, obviously. So really good team. But yeah, I was shocked by that. I really was.
I was definitely shocked by this game, man. That was a beatdown.
Yeah, I was not expecting that to be. I was expecting that to be way closer than it was. But DeMeco Ryans, man, that dude's a stud. That guy's so good at being a head coach in this league.
Yeah, I never forget too. Like people were scared about him going to Texas because of the whole diversity and all that stuff.
Yeah, I know a lot of people were also worried because the Texans were in a bad spot, but they drafted well. They got CJ Stroud and they got Will Anderson Jr. and they have Nico Collins. They made trades and 2 of their best playmakers are injured. This team has Tank Dell and Stephon Diggs too. They're just not playing right now. But and obviously getting Danielle Hunter in the offseason market was fantastic. But yeah, I was shocked. Crazy game, but just a chance to see. We'll see. I'm off on Justin Herbert, and I think I don't know yet on Harbaugh because I know what kind of culture he builds, but I do want to see him in another year in this league. But I'm off the Herbert train. I'm sorry. I don't care how much talent you have. If this was Dak Prescott, he would be getting absolutely torched in the media. The media would be calling him a choker, trash, a loser. He doesn't deserve the money. But because it's Justin Herbert, no one's saying anything. We got to keep these guys accountable. And I just want consistency, if we're going to say something bad about Dak Prescott, which I will say bad things about him too. Trust me, you guys know how much I hate the Dallas Cow Schmucks. I will dog on that team, and I happen to be a fan of the team, and I will dog on him more than anybody, but we got to be consistent. Justin Herbert has so far proven absolutely nothing. And I think there's a lot of young quarterbacks who are better than him. And I have a very controversial take I'm about to say coming up here in a little bit, but we're going to move on to the Ravens-Steelers game. This one shocked me. Not because the Ravens won, but because Lamar Jackson looked like Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
We know, all of you guys that watch football know, Lamar has historically played his worst football in the playoffs. He'll be an MVP. He's probably going to win his 3rd MVP this year because he did get that all pro team, first team, and that's typically a dead giveaway on who wins the MVP. But he will do that and then choke or play horrible in the playoffs, right? He looked great in this game. Yeah. He looked fantastic. The Ravens won by 2 scores. They beat their hated rivals in the Steelers. Derrick Henry is a freak of nature. The Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson read option has got to be the most difficult thing to guard or to game plan for. Because on one hand, you have a freak of nature, like truck of a human being in Derrick Henry, who will literally run your entire secondary over. And then you have Lamar Jackson, who's one of the most elusive, fastest runners of the football I've ever seen. And it's like, what are you going to get, lightning or thunder on this read option? So what was your takeaway from this? Were you surprised by Lamar's performance?
Yeah, I actually was, because I kind of agree with what you said. Most people that Lamar Jackson has a lot of pressure on the guy, no matter what, and for rightfully so. For those out there think that he doesn't have any pressure on him, then you don't know any football at all. Lamar Jackson is, for the past 3 years in the NFL, has played terrible in the playoffs. This year was shockingly surprising to me, but you know what? I think him having Derrick Henry and his backfield gives him a lot of off him, and that might
definitely
tell you what though. Lamar Jackson, I think I'm saying something right now. He is more electrifying than Michael Vick. Easily.
Yeah, I agree with that.
He's the most electrifying quarterback more than Michael Vick.
Yeah, I think so.
Michael Vick was great, but Lamar Jackson, he's Lamar Jackson, man.
Yeah. I was really, really impressed by Lamar's play. He didn't force anything. 16 of 21, 175 yards, 2 touchdowns, 132 rating, took only 1 sack, rushed the ball 15 times for another 81 yards. It was a run heavy game. I know they had a drive where they literally ran it like 17 straight times. And if they can't stop it, they can't stop it. And I think that the criticism of the Ravens has always been in the playoffs, they try to force feed Lamar throwing the ball, like making him throw. Lamar's at his best when his run game's operating at a high level because it frees him up. It frees him up in the play action. He can make plays. He's one of the best playmakers in this league. I
agree.
I think there's a tier in quarterback playmaking. It's Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. That's it. And I'm not putting Joe Burrow there because Joe Burrow throws the ball a lot. I'm talking about guys that can make the play scrambling. Joe Burrow is not a big scrambler. He can move around, but he's more of a pocket passer. He's like I was saying, he can move around, but I'm talking about scrambling, making plays, throwing on the run, doing scrambles, running for long, 15 yards, 20 yards, whatever. Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. That's it. And that's what he does.
Yeah. And man, I tell you what, Lamar Jackson, man, I was shocked about his game. I think he shows a lot that he probably can do it. He probably can. He probably can.
Yeah, he showed me a ton of growth. I think he's a fantastic passer. He's definitely matured. He's a lot smarter. And he's also, I don't think he's quite as fast as he used to be just because that happens to people as they get older. He's still ridiculously fast, but he's a far, far better thrower of the football, which I think is way more dangerous than someone who's just fast, right? Yeah. Justin Fields is fast. He can't throw the ball, right? So Lamar gave away a little bit of his speed for being able to throw the ball. And that touchdown pass to Rashad Bateman was absolutely ridiculous. I mean, he ran around in the pocket for I don't even know how long, then threw an absolute dime. The Ravens can win it all. I am here to say right now the Ravens can win it all. They happen to they're playing against Superman next weekend. That game, Ravens, Bills, are you kidding me? That's going to be absolutely, I think, the two of the most electric quarterbacks in the NFL playing. That's going to be awesome. That's going to be so awesome. And the winner of that's going to be must see. And the winner of that has to play most likely Patrick Mahomes unless the Texans can pull off a massive upset, which is just nuts. But yeah, I was super impressed with Lamar. I've been super impressed with the Ravens, but I know you have some thoughts on Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and let you talk about it. We'll move over to the Steelers side of the ball here. So go ahead.
Yeah. So Mike Tomlin's job's on the hot seat. Yes, I said it. I think he's going to get. I hope he gets fired. Here's the deal. I get what he's done for the NFL. He's a winning coach, 18 seasons without losing season. But when are we going to get over the hump of him winning a championship? When is that going to happen? I don't know what's going to happen. The last time they won a championship, I was like in second grade or third grade. I don't even remember how grade I was in. I was a kid. And now I'm 22 years old. They haven't won They haven't won a playoff game, Nick, since 2016 with Big Ben. That's
9 years ago.
With a psychopath, who I think is psychopath, Antonio Brown, the CTE. Yeah, Le'Veon Bell, who's not even in the NFL no more. He also had that one. I forgot his name. That's how long ago it's been. I remember the roster. You got James Harrison.
Yeah, James Harrison.
Okay, but here's the deal. And I saw something. I was watching I watch every sports TV show on TV. So I watched First Take, First Things First, Colin Cowherd, and I'm gonna say a take to you that might shock you, but he's probably the Jerry Jones of NFL head coaches.
I don't think it's ridiculous to say that.
Here's what I mean, because Mike Tomlin leads on so many people on their career. Look at Big Ben. He let Big Ben go on so long,
Mm-hmm.
and he should have never done that. Big Ben was getting old. I mean, he was just like not looking. He was deteriorating before your own very eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And you look that happened. That's always a series for you, Nick. In the '70s, they did it to Terry Bradshaw in the '70s with Franco Harris and Green, James Green, and all those players. But I just think he's on the hot seat, man. And Mike Tomlin is the most overrated coach in the NFL. He's so overrated. He's the Jerry Jones of the NFL head coaches. He leads people on so many times. He gets credit for winning seasons,
Mm-hmm.
but not a freaking playoff game. But you know what? But yeah, you all want to bash Mike McCarthy, right? You all want to bash if this was Andy Reid or Bill, y'all bash Bill Belichick for having a losing season without Tom
Yeah.
Brady. Y'all
Yeah.
bash Bruce Arians and Todd Bowles without Tom Brady on their squad. He should be on the hot seat right now. If I'm the Steelers, I'm letting him go.
Yeah. I absolutely agree with you. This situation reminds me a lot of the situation the Dallas Cowboys were in a handful of years ago when Jason Garrett was the coach. It's like if Jason Garrett was a little bit better.
Yeah.
And am I saying that Mike Tomlin is just a little better than Jason Garrett? That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that those years, everyone remembers the 8-8 Cowboys. The Cowboys are just going to go 8-8 again. They're going to go 8-8, 8-8. The Steelers have kind of turned into they're just going to go 10-6. They're going to go 10-6 and then lose, 10-6 and then lose, 10-6 and then lose. And what I actually think is that this run of the Steelers has kind of shown me personally how incredibly good and valuable Big Ben Roethlisberger was to this franchise.
Yeah.
When he was in his prime, they were Super Bowl contenders. They won Super Bowls. Without him, they are just good enough to make the playoffs, but not bad enough to have a good draft pick. And that's where Mike Tomlin's at. He can't get them past 10-6 or the wild card. They haven't won a playoff game, like Trey said, since 2016. Guys, that was almost 10 years ago. That was 9 years ago the last time they won a playoff game. If any other coach in this situation couldn't win a playoff game in 9 years, they would not have a job right now. Shoot, Bill Belichick got fired. Like Mike McCarthy had 3 straight 12-4 years and then had one down year and we're going to talk about in a little bit, mutual parting of ways, which was quote unquote getting fired. This is just ridiculous. The Steelers are the slightly better version of the Cowboys. They are just good enough to make the playoffs, and then they disappoint. And then they start off really hot in the year, and then as they start playing better teams, they disappoint. It's just like you're not going to go anywhere as a franchise because you're not bad enough to have a good draft pick, and you're not good enough to make the Super Bowl and win. Mike Tomlin should not have a job right now. As a Steelers head coach. Maybe if he went somewhere and had a new lease on his professional career and was able to rejuvenate himself, he would definitely get a job if he was not the Steelers head coach. Absolutely, he should not be the Steelers head coach anymore. It's over. It's over. He can't get an offensive coordinator that's worth a lick. I don't know why they thought that Arthur Smith was a good idea after watching what he did with the Falcons last year, but to each their own. But I absolutely agree with you. I think that he should be on the hot seat. I think if I remember correctly, I saw a report saying that he's not on the hot seat, which is ridiculous to me. Sorry, Steelers fans, you're the slightly better version of the Cowboys. You just don't get made fun of or embarrassed as much because you're not the Cowboys. But it's just bad. It's just bad. The Ravens will always beat you. I think you got lucky on a down years for the Bengals. I think if the Bengals can fix some things, they'll beat you. And you're the third best team in the conference probably for the next couple years because Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, all these talented players. You can't – everyone told me, well, it was Kenny Pickett. It was because Kenny Pickett this, Kenny Pickett that. We're going to get a real quarterback. We got Russell Wilson. Okay, well, you got Russell Wilson. Nothing changed. You got Justin Fields. Nothing changed. You're the same. You'll always be the same. You have TJ freaking Watt on the other side of the field. You have a fantastic defense. You can't do anything, and it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I just can't stand it, man. Like, I'm not checking anything he's got done for the Steelers franchise, but
No.
18 seasons,
yeah,
you're in the season for 18 years. That's great. That's cute. That's. I mean, can you want a cookie? Like, come on.
Yeah, like I'm sorry. I like you said, we're not taking anything. I think Mike Tomlin's, one of the best. Probably, I'm not too familiar on Steelers head coaching in the past, so I can't really say if he's the best of all time Steelers head coach. I don't know that, but he's a great Steelers head coach. They won Super Bowls, but guess who they had? Big Ben Roethlisberger. Big Ben Roethlisberger and Antonio CTE Brown. That's who you had, right? And since you haven't had those guys, you haven't been able to do anything. And it's ridiculous.
Yeah, the Heinz Ward too.
It's just kind of ridiculous that I don't know. I've seen Steelers fans say like they want change and stuff, but never Mike Tomlin. Never Mike Tomlin. I'm not calling for a guy's job because I know he's going to get a job. I guarantee you, if he got fired, he would be hired in the next 2 days. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. I believe that for sure. But the Steelers just have to move on from him if they want to change. They have to. And I think Mike Tomlin has to move on from the Steelers. It's the Bill Belichick thing, right?
Yeah.
The Patriots haven't, they got a new head coach and then he got fired, but they just hired Mike Vrabel. We'll talk about that in a little bit too. But they have upside, right? Drake May. They have they're going to have a top 3 pick. It should have been the first overall pick, but Gerard Mayo absolutely sold them of that. But they're like hope, right? Going 10-6 and losing in the wild card every year is not hope. It's not going to give your franchise hope. 10-7, 10-6. It was 10-6 when it was a 16-game season. Now it's 10-7. You just added a loss, but yeah. That's enough on that. I think. I absolutely agree with you, though, for sure. Got to move on from him. We'll make this one quick because not much to talk about. The Josh Allen-led Bills just beat the brakes off the Broncos. What did we expect, guys? Did we expect Bo Nix to show everyone that he's the best up-and-coming quarterback in the league? No. Josh Allen went Superman. There's just obviously a team difference here. Josh Allen, 272 yards, 2 touchdowns. Had another, let me see here, 46 yards on the ground. James Cook ran all over, up and down the field. What did you expect anything else from this?
No, I didn't. I think Josh Allen's is straight up amazing. But I'll give the Broncos credit. Their first playoff appearance since 2016, winning the Super Bowl. That's with Peyton Manning, so kudos to them.
Actually, huge kudos to them. They were in horrible standings after that Russell Wilson trade. They traded away so many picks. They were in cap hell. It was really rough. And, Sean Payton and Bo Nix were able to get him to the playoffs. I know it's a very impressive season. The Broncos should be extremely hopeful for the future. They have a great head coach. They have what's seemingly at least a solid, serviceable quarterback. You have playmakers. You got Troy Franklin, Cortland Sutton, Marvin Mims Jr. I all think are really great playmakers. So you have that, and you have a fantastic defense. You just ran into a buzzsaw. You ran into Superman. Like you were like a Batman goon, like running around with the Joker, and then you run into Superman. What's going to happen? You're going to get the absolute brakes beat off you, and that's what happened. And there's no shame in that. The Broncos should have zero shame in this game. They were obviously going to lose this, and Buffalo was favored by 7.5. Vegas,
Cam Newton, he had it. Broncos winning this game.
That's ridiculous. Wow, that's insane. I did not know that. That's absurd.
First take.
That is just blatant disrespect to Josh Allen, is what that is. That's just blatantly disrespectful. But yeah, really impressive stuff. That Bills O-line, dude, is ridiculous. This is a really good team. I'm so excited for this weekend. Ravens versus Bills. My word.
I'm going to see after something event, but I'll be watching it. I recorded it, so.
Okay, that's good. I'm glad you're going to – I might be with you. Who knows? I don't know.
You might be with me, bro.
We'll see. We'll definitely see. But moving on here, we'll move on to the NFC here a little bit. So the Eagles versus the Packers. Trey, your Super Bowl pick, man. They lost in the first round, so I'll go ahead and let you take this one. What do you think of this game?
Okay, so two things. First things first. I think Jordan Love is a great quarterback. Okay, I think he's one of great. He has a lot of potential, a lot of Aaron Rodgers mannerisms and Brett Favre's mannerisms as well.
Mm-hmm.
He forces the ball way too much.
He really does.
It's like, calm down, bro. Like you're not, like you're looking like trying to be like Tom Brady, where he throws things out of the pocket and makes an absurd throw in the reception. Their defense was really good. Give them credit. Their defense was really good.
Yeah.
But that was my Super Bowl pick, and I think Jordan Love has a lot of great potential. He's going to mature. Give him 2 to 3 years to be for sure an MVP convo. He'll probably win a chip. So give him 2 to 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought the Eagles would win this. I thought it would be closer. Jordan Love was just kind of throwing. He was forcing it a lot. I was not very impressed by his performance. 212 passing yards on 33 attempts, 3 interceptions, and a 41 rating. It's not great. It's not what you want in the biggest game of the season up to that point. I was just really shocked by that. But you know what I was more shocked by is how pedestrian I think Jalen Hurts looked.
I agree.
Did he do what he needed to do? Sure. Did they win? Sure. If all you care is about a win, Eagles fans, all you care is about is winning, you can just mute me and move on. Because since there wasn't much to talk about this game, Jalen Hurts looked really shaky. I'm not saying this to be, a hater or whatever, but I saw him in a pocket so clean, he could have whipped out a table and made a sandwich for himself, ate it, and then thrown a touchdown. And he looked antsy. He looked antsy in that pocket. He looked shaky. He was looking like a deer in headlights, and he had 45 seconds to throw the ball. I got some news for you. The next team you're playing is not going to be. It's going to be a little bit tougher of a challenge. The Packers are still the youngest team in the league, but I was just not very impressed by Jalen Hurts' performance as a whole. Saquon Barkley was fantastic. What's new? Obviously he's going to be fantastic. First team All-Pro. He was a MVP candidate. A lot of people thought he was the MVP. He was great. I just wasn't really super impressed by this Eagles team. The defense I thought played very, very well, but the offense, I thought they were going to do much, much better than this.
I think for like 2 quarters straight, he didn't make a completion at all.
It was 13 of 21 for 131 yards and 2 touchdowns. And I get it. If all you care is about the win, that's fantastic. You won. So you can't take anything away from the team. I just wasn't impressed with this guy. They get to play against the Rams. And like I've been telling you guys all year on this podcast, since we started, if that Rams team gets healthy, please watch out. I would hate to play them. We all said on here a couple weeks ago, I would hate to play the Rams if I was in the NFC. They get to play against a healthy Rams team who, by the way, looked incredible in their playoff game. So it's going to be different. You're not getting Jordan Love. You're getting Matthew Stafford, who I think is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. I think he's the best quarterback in the NFC. And it's going to be different. And that Rams defense, that Rams pass rush, that's deadly, man. Jared Verse, absolute stud. That guy's an absolute stud. But, yeah, I was not super impressed by the Eagles. I really wasn't.
Either. They might be a little bit of frauds.
I don't know. We'll see. They get to play against a really solid team, a really good team in the Rams, man, I'm about to say something crazy. But I want to move on here real quickly. But before we move on, Trey, since your NFC team is out, you get to make an NFC pick now.
Okay, so I probably say winning the NFC Championship game, making Super Bowl. I got my NFC pick will probably be the Rams. I think Matthew Stafford is a great quarterback. I think now they're healthy again. I think their defense on Monday night was amazing.
It was so good.
And real quick, Vikings fans, what happened? I thought Sam Darnold was the MVP candidate, right? Where y'all at? Dan Orlovsky, where you at, brother? Yeah, Sam Darnold, the MVP, best player in the NFC. So, what happened? What happened now? What happened? This proves to me he's a system quarterback. He's not elite.
He is.
I saw Brock Purdy do the same thing last year.
Yep.
But what happened?
Yep. Yeah.
When it all counts the most, he falls under pressure.
Yep.
He choked.
He did. And we're going to talk about the end game because I have a lot to say about that game. But real quickly, we're going to make a pit stop here.
I got Rams winning this. The NFC Championship.
Rams winning the NFC Championship game. If I could switch my pick, that's who I would pick. I picked the Lions. Their defense is shredded, so I have to stick with the Lions because they haven't lost. But I would absolutely pick the Rams if I were in your shoes as well. But real quickly, Commanders, Buccaneers. I had the Commanders winning this game. Real quickly, this is just me. So first off, I'm going to get really angry at the Cowboys just because I love getting angry at the Cowboys. And then I want to talk about Jaden Daniels. Cowboys, why in the world did you let Dan Quinn go? He should be the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys right now. He so obviously has such a fantastic I don't know what happened between I think he grew a lot as a Cowboys defensive coordinator because he led the Falcons to a Super Bowl, guys. We have to remember this is a Super Bowl Super Bowl head coach. He's led the Falcons to a Super Bowl. And why in the world is he not the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys right now? He is fantastic. His personnel is awesome. His coaching style, I think, is incredible. If you look on the sideline and you look at just everything, the players love to play for him. It's just very obvious, right? That's all I'm going to say. Ridiculous that he's not the Dallas Cowboys head coach, but it's okay. You let Mike McCarthy go for another year, and he was so good they fired him. But yeah, that's just what I'm saying. Ridiculous. But real quickly, since this kind of went how I thought it was going to go, I have to say something. I'm going to have to make a public apology because before this year started, I did not think Jaden Daniels was going to be that good. I was worried about him. I was worried about his size. He's a smaller guy. I was worried about how old he was coming out because, he got hurt in college, so he had to stay an extra year. I was worried about his age. I was worried about his frame. I was worried about everything. And what has he done? Just been the rookie of the year. Just been one of the best NFC quarterbacks already. Just been the face of a Commanders franchise that's been desperate for a face since Robert Griffin III got hurt. Jaden Daniels is an absolute stud. He's just a bona fide stud, and I think he just had a coming out party. I think he's a bona fide superstar. I really do. I am on the Jaden Daniels bandwagon hype train now, and I was saying, I'm not so sure he won't be that good. The Commanders went 12-5, and he looks calm, collected, poised. He's a great runner of the football. Coming out of college, I've made this comparison a few times. It's if Lamar Jackson was a little worse at running, but a little better at throwing coming out of college. Lamar was obviously a better athlete, but I think Jaden Daniels is a better passer. Obviously, Lamar's a fantastic thrower of the football now, but coming out of college, Jaden Daniels, you are a bona fide superstar. Welcome to the league. You're the face of a storied franchise that's been desperate for a face for a long time.
Yeah.
268 yards, 2 touchdowns, only took 1 sack. He's 110 rating. He was fantastic, dude. He really was. He had no run game to speak of whatsoever. His running backs combined for, what's that, like 40 yards, give or take, 43 yards on 18 attempts. And you were a stud. You were an absolute stud. I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong. No, I was looking at the right ones. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. That's pretty bad rushing from his team there. Scary Terry's fantastic. He's making Dimey Brown look great. I mean, what do you think of this guy, Trey? I don't really know. I don't really know what your thoughts were coming out of college, but I've completely changed my mind on this guy. He's a bona fide superstar.
Yeah, I was good on Jaden Daniels for a while. Watched him in college a lot, and he was really good as a college guy. And
he won Heisman.
He was really good. He won Heisman for sure. I think Jaden Daniels for sure might be the second best quarterback in the NFC.
I think he might be already. I'm not even
I think
kidding.
he really is. I mean, I think he is actually the second best quarterback in the NFC behind Matthew Stafford. But
I don't think it's ridiculous to say that. I really don't.
I mean, he proved a lot to me. You know, I think that I didn't expect him. I didn't expect him going this deep in the playoffs at all.
I didn't expect him to make the playoffs
Because they're a young team.
They are a young team,
and I thought that maybe like I'll probably give him like a 89 record, like the Cowboys, and then yeah. But I agree with you about Jerry Jones should have kept Dan Quinn. Worst owner in the history of the NFL, by the way. Uncle David, I love you, man. But you know what? For you to tell me today is the best freaking owner GM in the NFL is just freaking absurd to me. That is straight up blasphemy.
Oh
You know
man,
it. Everyone knows it. Your mama knows it. Your daddy knows it. My mommy knows it. My dad knows it. Nick's mom knows it. My dog knows it. So there you go. That's number one. That's number two, man.
oh my word.
I mean, even my girl knows it, and even Pastor Carrington knows it. Anyways, here's the deal, okay? For him not to keep Dan Quinn as that freaking head coach, man,
It's ridiculous.
it's ridiculous to me. It wasn't his fault last year. They weren't motivated to beat the Packers. It was actually Micah Parsons' fault. He didn't show up at all in the game. He should have. And on top of that, I don't know what happened to Mike McCarthy, man. He kept that freaking bum on the team. But you know what? It's what it is. But Jaden Daniels, you had a heck of a season. You have a heck of a start, brother. You're a heck of a start.
He is.
I mean, man. I wish the Cowboys got you instead of Dak Prescott. But
Yeah. I want to stay on this real quickly. I'm just so impressed by what the Commanders have done. I've always lived by this thought that if a quarterback is truly great, when they get to a team, they make the team skip 2 to 3 years of rebuilding, if that makes sense. So when CJ Stroud got to the Texans, they were immediately a playoff team. They skipped 2 to 3 years of actually rebuilding, of getting better players and draft picks and things of that nature. If you skip those 2 to 3 years and you're instantly a playoff team, you're a bona fide stud. Jaden Daniels and the Commanders, guys, this team went 4-13 last year. Okay? 4-13. That is really bad. Like super bad. They were ranked 25th offense. They were ranked 32nd in points scored. Okay.
wow.
So this year they go 12-5. They're the 5th best team in terms of points scored and 7th in yards. They were 25th in points last year, 24th in yards. You skip 2 to 3 years. Did they even add any offensive talent? Really? Not really. Most of the it's still Brian Robertson Jr. It's still Austin Eckler, right? Or well, they got Austin Eckler, but we all know he's really old. He's not what he used to be. It's still scary Terry. It's still, a lot of guys that Sam Howell was dealing with last year. It's not like they got like a ton of extra talent on offense. Jaden Daniels is just a stud. He's just a bona fide stud. And yeah, Cowboys, I don't know what you're doing. Dan Quinn's so obviously a fantastic head coach. I don't know what we're doing, but
I wouldn't be surprised if his team win a Super Bowl. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. I mean, if like this Commanders team, give them 2 to 3 years, they're an NFC contender. I'm dead serious.
Sure, I agree.
I'm that high on him. I really am that high on him because of Jaden Daniels. He's a stud. He's a stud. And everyone that said he was going to be better than Caleb Williams, so far you look like you're correct. Now, obviously, Caleb can get better and improve, but Jaden Daniels just looked more ready. He's looked more ready, and he has less offensive talent. He does, straight up. Straight up. I'm very impressed. I'm sorry, Baker Mayfield. You just got outplayed by a rookie. It's just the way it goes. Baker didn't even play bad. I was just, you just ran into a buzzsaw. You ran into one of the best young teams in the NFC. I don't think it's ridiculous for Trey to say that Jaden Daniels is the second best quarterback in the NFC. I know we probably sound stupid saying that. Everyone's gonna be like, oh, no, maybe it's Jordan Love or Jared Goff or Jalen Hurts. Give me Jaden Daniels over all those guys. Give me him right now.
Same.
Give me him right now. And going forward, Dak Prescott, you're at best the second best quarterback in the conference now. Some people take Hurts over you. Hurts has a much better postseason record than you, so he might be better. And then the Giants are probably going to draft a quarterback as well. Let me check real quick. We're kind of going off topic here, but they have the third pick. Tennessee and Cleveland will both take quarterbacks, so the Giants probably won't get a top-of-the-line quarterback because I believe Shedeur and Cam Ward will be gone by then. But
they might say Travis Hunter.
Yeah, they might. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know. I don't really know.
Yeah.
But still, so impressed with Jaden Daniels. So impressed. So impressed. I can't say enough good about him. He's awesome. He's so awesome. But yeah, we'll move on. Final wild card game happened on yesterday. Vikings versus the Rams played in Arizona due to the LA wildfires. They weren't able to play at SoFi. They moved it to Arizona. And according to the broadcast, the Arizona staff there at that stadium was extremely welcoming and very good and had it all ready. So big ups to them. That's incredible having that stadium ready.
Pray for everybody in the wildfires. Pray for everybody.
Yeah. Pray for everybody. Pray for the families. Pray for the animals. Pray for everything. Because yeah, pray for LeBron. I won't get political, so we won't talk about anything else on that topic. But there's a lot of bad going on down there. So if you can donate. If you can pray, we can all pray. So just pray for him for sure. Yeah. So, but huge ups to the Arizona Stadium for having that ready for him. Really, really awesome by them. But Rams just dominated the game, man. 27-9. Matthew Stafford started off his first drive. He was 6 for 6, 64 yards and a touchdown. He pretty much played like as perfect as you want your quarterback to play. They looked better. They looked more prepared. They looked ready to go. I think it was a coaching. I think Kevin O'Connell is a fantastic coach. I think Sean McVay is just better. It was obviously a quarterback mismatch, and it was apparently a defensive mismatch because coming into this game, the Vikings have one of the best defenses in the NFL, right? I mean, if you look at the PFF ranking here, it's I'm not even signed in, so I can't even see it. But they're probably pretty high on the defensive ranking according to PFF, but because they were 11th. Okay, so they're 11th, and the Rams are probably not that high. I hope not, or I'm going to look stupid. But just if they are, just don't say it. Just don't say it if they are. But a lot of people were saying this Vikings defense was very good. It's been good all year. And yeah, the Rams defense just looked better. I was very impressed. I was not shocked, though. I had the Rams winning this game by a decent margin. I really did. The Minnesota was favored by 2.5. Yeah, I don't think that's a very good – I don't think that's a very good line. I like the Rams a lot more. But what was your takeaways from this game?
Yeah, I think Sam Darnold is a fluke, and he is system quarterback. He had one cute year. So Bob Purdy did the same thing last year, and then this happened. So
cute year.
Last year happened last year, so it happened to Sam Darnold this year. But you know what? Vikings had a good season as well.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson, in my opinion, was the best player on the team.
Absolutely.
The reason why Sam Darnold was good because of Justin Jefferson, in my opinion, and Josh Jacobs as well. But Matthew Stafford this guy is a bad man, bro.
He really is. He's so good.
Bad man. Tell you what, I said a couple weeks ago, and Jaden looked at me like I was on crack. I told him, and you too, Nick, that if his team gets healthy and deep in the playoffs, you don't want to put him in the playoffs.
I agreed with you. I said it.
You don't want to do in the playoffs. You don't want to do this. You
don't want to see the Rams in the playoffs.
In the playoffs at all, man. You don't want to go against, let's say, Tank Davis and boxing ring, right? Underdog against Ryan Garcia. Look what happened to him. This is Matthew Stafford, man.
He's so good, man.
He's so good. He's elite. Great quarterback. Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua.
Oh my goodness.
Amazing.
So good.
They're
So
so
good.
good. Probably the best tandem receivers in the NFL today. The whole season
Definitely up there.
probably. But you know what? Rams are a good team.
Yeah, they really are. I'm not shocked, guys. We told you. Watch out for the Rams. I wouldn't want to play them. Vikings got a bad draw. They lost to the Lions for the 1 seed, and then they had to play the Rams. It's just really, really unlucky. It is really unlucky. Sam Darnold was sacked 9 times. It's a playoff record. Most sacks. He looked like a ghost. I mean, he looked like he was seeing ghosts. And he looked like a deer in headlights. He looked uncomfortable. He had an interception and a fumble, which led to a touchdown. The fumble did. Just bad. Really, really, really not fantastic by the Vikings. One good thing, though. One good takeaway for the Vikings, I think. A good thing. You can move on from Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
If Sam Darnold played really good in this game and they won, it'd get really interesting. He just proved to you that he's not the guy. He's a great bridge quarterback. And you drafted J.J. McCarthy. You got to see what he's about now. You have to. Give him the reins. He's on a rookie deal. Go let Sam Darnold, a team, he'll either be a backup for a team or maybe a team that's needing another bridge quarterback will sign him. Just let him go. And that's the good thing. You learned what Sam Darnold truly is, what everyone knew he was, and what he ended up being is just not the guy. And that's not a bad thing. He's in the NFL. I think he's a great backup quarterback or a good bridge quarterback. He's just not the guy. And you have to see what you got with JJ McCarthy now. He's a lot cheaper. He's younger. He's, maybe better. I don't know. I don't know. He didn't really have to do much at Michigan, so I'm not sure. But you still have Justin Jefferson and I think a really good skill position, all across the entire team. So just see what you got. I think you just see what you got, and I think that's a good takeaway. I think that's a good thing for the Vikings. They got to see what Sam Darnold was before they paid him any money. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think so. Absolutely. So we're going to move on here. NFL talk for the most part's over. I guess we'll talk about the coaches real quick. So Mike McCarthy. Sorry, I have it written wrong here. I'm so sorry. Mike McCarthy. That is my bad. Okay. Sorry. Mike McCarthy gets fired. That's extremely mean. I'm joking. It's obviously a joke. Mike McCarthy gets fired. It was a mutual parting of ways, according to reports. He got fired. So, Trey, Mike Vrabel just got hired. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. So, who do you think should be the Cowboys' next head coach?
Man, that's tough. I don't think anybody wants to go to Dallas because it's too controlling. Okay. Mike McCarthy. I mean, here's the deal about Mike McCarthy. Okay, I think he's the lowest IQ and probably NFL coaches. Aaron Rodgers warned Jerry Jones. Aaron Rodgers said in his own words, his football mind is terrible. Aaron Rodgers said that. It for sure wasn't Jerry Jones, but for him to get hired because he was watching game film, this is ridiculous. I think I admire him for having 4 straight seasons as the NFL head coach, but still, nope. You have 1 playoff win, and your tandem as a Cowboys coach. That was against a banged up Buccaneers team with Brady. That's about it. That playoff game shouldn't even count because that game was like a mismatch because number one, you had Tom Brady, who had no O-line, no receivers. I mean, you had receivers, but they were kind of banged up the whole year. You had a running back, Leonard Fournette, who was banged up the whole year too. On top of that, you had defense that was terrible. That was off. That was weird. It was weird that year. It was weird that year. Okay, but if I'm Jerry Jones, I get prime time Deion Sanders.
Oh, Trey, no.
Here's why. Okay, here's why. I think because he has respect for Prime. Here's the deal: we're not gonna get Bill Belichick. That's all. That's gone.
Yeah.
We should have got him. We should have got him either this season
Yeah.
or when he got rid of Tom Brady. Okay.
Oh man.
Number 2, we ain't gonna get Mike Vrabel. I thought we were gonna get Mike Vrabel last year too. Nothing happened. And then I thought we were gonna keep Dan Quinn as the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Nothing happened. And you better not get Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore, don't get him. Please don't get Kellen Moore. Don't get the guy. His offensive coordinator wasn't that good in my opinion. I think that against the Niners was terrible, by the way, in 2023 playoffs. That was a terrible, terrible call at the end of the game that game. So don't get Kellen Moore. Here's why I said Deion Sanders, Nick. Because I know I think he can get Jerry under control. He can. I think he can. I don't know if he will. I hope he does because he's probably our best shot of winning of doing something good in the playoffs. And he's our best shot. He's probably the shot we only got. I mean, I don't know. We're not gonna get Herm Edwards. He's good on ESPN. Jeff Saturday, good on ESPN. Rex Ryan, good on ESPN. But I thought only shots to get is probably primetime Deion Sanders. That's it.
Okay.
I don't see anybody else.
Okay. So, all right. I was actually it's funny because I was gonna start mine with two people I absolutely do not want to be the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. And primetime Deion Sanders was one of them. I have a lot of respect for Prime. I'm not saying this because I don't think that he couldn't do it. I'm saying I truly just don't believe his coaching style would fit in the NFL. If you watch the way he talks to his guys in college at Colorado, he's very much so a college head coach. He talks to him. He likes to, give life lessons, things of that nature. And I think he's great in the college, right? In the college world, because coaching college kids is different from coaching grown men. It's just different. It's always been different. One, we haven't seen a lot of hits from college coaches to NFL coaches, right? The only one I can really think of that's been fantastic off the top of my head was Jimmy Johnson, right? And
Pete Carroll.
And yeah, Pete Carroll too. Pete Carroll, Jimmy Johnson, and there's probably some more. But Nick Saban came to the NFL and really couldn't do anything. So I don't like that. I think he should stay in Colorado, keep building there. So I don't really like that very much. The second one, and I saw this report, and if he gets hired, I will literally crash out on this podcast. I will start punching my screens, hitting my camera, and it's Jason Witten. If Jason Witten gets selected to coach the Dallas Cowboys, I will legitimately crash out. I have nothing but respect and admiration for Jason Witten as a player. He has literally no coaching experience other than what he started doing now as a high school head coach. There is no reason to believe that he can move from high school to NFL coaching. I can't. I can't do it. That's ridiculous. But Jerry Jones is a doofus, so he might do it. But now I'm going to give you some names that I think would be good. Okay. Obviously, the two guys that I've been saying, and I think that a lot of people have in the coaching circulation for the open jobs because they're always there. I think there's going to be some college coaches. I think obviously Prime, but I think Marcus Freeman, Notre Dame's head coach, and Steve Sarkisian, Texas's head coach, are all going to be circulated in the rumor mill because that's just how it goes when the Cowboys have an opening. Just like when the Cowboys had the opening when they hired Mike McCarthy, I heard about Lincoln Riley. It always happens, right? So I don't think that they're legitimate. I don't think that they're legitimate candidates. But there's two guys. I've been saying this for a long time. The Lions offensive coordinator, Ben Johnson, and the Lions defensive coordinator, Aaron Glenn. Those two are the guys that I think would be a legitimate good choice. Why? Because they've proved what happens when these great coordinators get head coaching jobs. We've seen it when the Eagles went to the Super Bowl. They lost their two coordinators to the Cardinals in Gannon and to the Colts. And I always forget his name. His name always escapes me. Shane Steichen. I got it. Those two guys went and have been great in their respective places, right? So I think you take a look at Ben Johnson and you take a look at Aaron Glenn. You decide between those two. That's the most logical, reasonable thing to do because all of the head coaches who are seasoned and have a lot of years under their belt, they're all gone. Like Trey said, Mike Vrabel's gone. He's the Patriots head coach. Bill Belichick's UNC's head coach. You already let go of Dan Quinn. He's gone. You can't get a guy. I mean, I've heard some people say Pete Carroll. I don't really like that. There's zero chance that Jerry Jones would hire Pete Carroll because Pete Carroll would call him stupid and he'd get angry. So I don't think that would work. But I think those two are the only legitimate ones.
I think one more too. I got one more. The offense coordinator for the Buffalo Bills.
Joe Brady?
Yeah.
I didn't even think about Joe Brady. I would love that. I love Joe Brady. I think he's awesome.
No, or get Eric Bieniemy back somehow.
Yeah, that's probably not going to happen. But
what happened to Eric Bieniemy? Where is he at?
I think he's a coordinator at UCLA now.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's been sad. But no, I didn't even think about Joe Brady. I think that would be fantastic. Joe Brady's awesome. He was the offensive coordinator at the LSU team with Joe Burrow. He's, obviously shown fantastic, work with Josh Allen. I think that would be great too. I didn't really think about that. So make it 3. I'll throw him on there too. I didn't even really think. I don't even know if he wants to be a head coach, but he would be. I think he'd be good. I don't know. At this point, just anyone who's not Deion Sanders, Jason Witten. Oh my goodness, if they get.
Kellen Moore, please don't get Kellen
Oh
Moore.
yeah, if they get Kellen Moore, I'm crashing out. So I'll crash out over 2 people, Jason Witten and Kellen Moore. I will crash out over both of those guys. I'll crash out over both of them. That'd be utterly ridiculous if they got Kellen Moore. But Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn, Joe Brady, make it happen, Jerry. Do something good for your franchise for once in your life, please.
Please, as you got Deion Sanders, please, bro.
Please. All right, yeah, we'll move on. One more head coaching vacancy filled we will talk about real quickly here. Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel gets hired. Patriots head coach. The Patriots have the 4th overall pick. They should have the 1st overall pick, but Gerard Mayo decided to not let that happen. So the 4th overall pick, Drake May and Mike Vrabel. What do you think about this hire?
I think it's a great hire. That's his home spot from back in the 2000s when he won those chips with Belichick, and I think he knows the standards of the Patriot way.
Yep.
I mean, the guy is an intimidating guy. I heard he got fired from Tennessee because he was an intimidating dude. He was a big guy. He's intimidating. That's what people said. That's why he got fired from Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it would be great for the guy. I miss seeing the Patriots win again. It's kind of weird seeing them fall off the rails since 2019, since 2020 era. But I hope something happens to the Patriots because Robert Kraft has built something incredible, and for him to just throw it down the drain is not how I see him going down.
Yeah. No, I really like it. I think Mike Vrabel fits their culture perfectly.
Yeah, he does.
We saw him take Ryan Tannehill to the AFC title game. Yeah, we saw that. Yeah, I know they had Derrick Henry, but I don't think that team should have been there. Yeah. I really don't think so. But they were there, and I think he's fantastic. It blows my mind that the Cowboys waited till he was gone to fire Mike McCarthy, but whatever. Jerry Jones never does anything good, so I don't know why I'm shocked, but love the hire. Yeah, I think with Drake May, you're going to get a good piece. You might get Travis Hunter still, just because the 1, 2, and 3 teams all need quarterbacks. Tennessee desperately needs a quarterback. Cleveland desperately needs a quarterback. Deshaun Watson, first off, is not good at football, and he re-tore his Achilles that he tore. There was a re-rupture, so he will likely miss all of next season. I think they're done with the Deshaun Watson experiment. They're going to draft a quarterback. Giants don't have anybody. They need a quarterback. We know Cam Ward and Shadur Sanders are going to go 1 and 2 in whatever respective order. I think that the Giants will try to take a swing on a quarterback because they need one. I'm not sure. I'm going to pull up a mock draft real quick just because I want to see what most people are saying. So I'm going to just do an easy one. We're going to do, we're going to do CBS. Let me see what they think. So they have Cam Ward going 1, Abdul Carter going 2. He's an edge. Travis Hunter going 3. I don't see any universe where the Browns don't pick a quarterback or the Giants. I just don't see it. I really don't.
Yeah.
I really don't see it, but we'll see. So I like the hire though. I think that's a great hire. For sure. For sure. All righty. That wraps up the NFL talk. We're going to move real quickly here to some college football. And oh my goodness, I've been waiting for this day for so long. Horns down, baby. Horns down. Ohio State, belt to booty on the Texas Longhorns. Whooped them. Absolutely whooped them. I was so sick of this Longhorns franchise fans talking about I saw people say they're the best football program ever.
What in the world? Who said that?
One of the people I used to go to high school with said that on Facebook. That the Longhorns are the greatest football program ever. First off, that's ridiculous.
They should be drug tested for that.
Yeah, definitely should.
Go get a cup.
Yeah, it's utterly ridiculous. I couldn't believe it. I'm so thankful for the Buckeyes to just whoop up on these guys. 28-14, and it all went crashing down on a Quinn Ewers devastating fumble that ended up being a touchdown. I can't say enough. I'm so happy about this.
I can't stand Longhorns fans at all. They're so annoying, dude. Like, I can't stand they're the best in the SEC. You had a weak schedule.
Very weak. Very weak.
You beat Georgia. How do you expect to be the best?
Couldn't beat Georgia. How could you beat Ohio State? How? There's no way. You can't do it. So they beat Clemson, who, albeit I had getting hot and going to the national title game, because guys, I like to say fun stuff. It's not fun if I pick the people that are gonna be favored to win every time, obviously. Mm-hmm. So they beat Clemson. They're in a dogfight with Arizona State, Skibbity and friends. Absolute dogfight. Should have lost that game against one of the 3 best teams in the Big 12. Texas Tech beat Arizona State. It's not like they're the most incredible team. Dogfight overtime versus them. You play the first actual top tier team you've played all year outside of Georgia, and you got whooped. So I'm not shocked by this. I'm really not. I picked Ohio State to win, and I apologize to all my Longhorns fans that watch this, specifically Hawks and Tinoco. I apologize. I know you hate the way I talk about your Longhorns, but I can't stand you. I can't stand them. Can't stand you guys, right? I love you guys as people, but I can't stand the Longhorns fans. It's in my blood, okay? Texas Tech University, I graduated. It's a contractual obligation that I'm supposed to hate on the Longhorns. And I will do so with every blood vessel, DNA piece, everything in my body. I will hate on the Longhorns. And I hate watch this game. I'm not even an Ohio State fan. I really like Jeremiah Smith, but outside of that, I don't really care about Ohio State. And I was rooting for them like they were my team I grew up watching. That's how much I hate the Longhorns.
Yeah, I mean, for him, people say that's the best team in the college football history.
Isn't that ridiculous?
I mean,
The best
The Nick
program.
Saban,
I guess
the
Nick Saban
Alabama,
died. I
the
guess
Nick Saban
Alabama. I guess
died.
Alabama. I guess Alabama got abolished.
I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
because they didn't play football ever in their lives.
I guess not. I guess not.
They should be investigated for that.
They should be. No, they
They
legitimately should be.
That's insane blasphemous, man. That's
Yeah.
beyond blasphemous, man. I can't.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. But the Longhorns moving forward, obviously, and it sucks because I really like Arch. I like Arch Manning a lot. And me and Trey had always said when Arch was the quarterback of this team, we thought they're the best team in college football.
Yeah.
We said if Arch is in, they might win the national championship. I really like Arch Manning. I don't know if it's just the aura he has as a Manning, but I like him. They're obviously going to move to him now. He's going to be the starting quarterback going forward. It seems like Quinn Ewers will be entering the transfer portal. Because I saw reports that he will not be entering the draft, that he'll be transferring. So you got some Texas. You do have some stuff to look forward to. You still obviously are going to have great recruiting classes, and you have Arch Manning. So you still got some stuff to look forward to. But the first actual good team you play outside of Georgia, get whooped, and it's just the way it goes. It's just the way it goes. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. So yeah, I am very, very happy about that. Very happy. So that being said, national championship game next Monday, Notre Dame, Texas. Not Texas. Notre Dame, Ohio State. You guys wish it was Texas. Notre Dame, Ohio State. Trey, who you got?
Oh, man. I respect Notre Dame a lot for what they've done this year.
I do too. I
mean, this is great for college football. They haven't done it since 2012, by the way, in the national championship game against Alabama, and Alabama beat the brakes off them big time. Big time, bro. But that's not the best team in college football team in history, but you know what? Whatever. Man, I'd probably say, you know what? I got Notre Dame winning this game.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to say, I think Ohio State's really good.
Okay.
But Notre Dame's an underdog the whole playoffs. And because I was surprised they beat Penn State. So Notre Dame winning this game on a special day for me personally, for an event. But other than that, I'll be watching the game like probably late at night because I'll be at this event. So hopefully will be there with me. Other than that, no one's just winning this game.
No, I want to start off by saying I have nothing but respect for this Fighting Irish team. Yeah. Marcus Freeman.
Ohio State wins this game, I won't be mad. You probably will.
Marcus Freeman, what he's done with this team is nothing short of spectacular. I think that they're fantastic. I think that they're extremely well coached. They're obviously a fantastic blue blood program. Notre Dame. I mean, we all know Notre Dame. I just can't, in good conscience and good faith, say that Notre Dame's going to win this game. I think Ohio State's just too stacked. I really do. I got Ohio State winning. I think it's going to be a close game, just because typically games of this level with two really good programs are going to be close. Just because these Notre Dame guys are not going to go down without a fight. Their names are literally the Fighting Irish. They're going to go down swinging. So I don't think it's going to be a blowout. But I do have Ohio State winning. If I were to put a score on this, I'm going to go ahead and put a score on it. I got Ohio State winning 27-24. I think it's going to be close. I really do. Texas, one good thing they did, they had a house built around Jeremiah Smith, because Jeremiah Smith is the best playmaker in the country, bar none. I think him and Ashton Genty are in a different level in terms of playmaking, but they had double teamed and a safety over the top of him, and they were able to shut him down for the most part because they just triple teamed him.
Yeah.
This Ohio State team's so good though that they're going to have, tons of options to go to outside of just Jeremiah Smith. So I'm interested to see how Notre Dame goes about this. Are they going to do the Oregon when, Jeremiah Smith went crazy versus Oregon? They didn't really double team him very much, and they paid the price. So I'm interested to see how Notre Dame goes about that. But I got to say Ohio State's winning. I really do.
I mean, it probably will happen.
Yeah, I really do. I really do. So real quickly here, we have a couple. We like to do fun topics at the end. So real quickly before we do that, we're going to hop over to NBA because something happened when we were gone. I've heard a lot of stuff about it, and I have a lot to say about it. So LeBron James passes MJ in 30-point games.
Mm-hmm.
So Trey, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first on this?
You go first.
Okay. So I got to pull up my graphic here. I have a nice graphic that I sent Trey a while ago when this happened. If I can find it. So he passes MJ in 30-point games. And the thing I heard, and I saw a lot of people, well, this doesn't even really matter because LeBron has played so much longer than MJ, right? That's what I heard. And I heard that a lot. I've heard that a lot from a lot of people. And I want to tell you why it matters. I want to tell you why it's still a thing, regardless of how it happened. If I can find my graphic, this is I should have had this pulled up. But Trey actually threw this one in here. I didn't know we were going to be talking about this, but it's totally okay because I want to talk about it. But I just got to find my graphic. I found it. Thank the Lord. Okay, so LeBron now is 563 30-point games. MJ is 562. Why does this matter? LeBron's played a lot more. Obviously, he has. He's in year 22. MJ only played 15 years. So he's played 7 more years. Why does this matter? Well, here's the amount of games that LeBron's had shooting 25 or more shots. Okay, 25 or more field goal attempts. 222. MJ has 419 games with 225. I'm sorry, or with 25 or more shots attempted. Games with 30 or more shots attempted. LeBron has 34. MJ has 132. Games with 35 or more field goals attempted. LeBron has 4. MJ has 31. What does that mean? MJ has always been a volume shooter compared to LeBron James. He has, for his career, averages 4 shots more per game than LeBron. Oh, 4 shots, not that much. Well, it actually is, because LeBron James for his career is averaging 27 points, and he's averaging 50% from the field for his career pretty much. So if he makes half of those shots, say we don't even have to put 3. Say it's 8. Say it's 4. Just 4 2-point attempts. Those 4. Let's just say 2. So he makes half of those. That's 4 points. That would put his career average at 31 points per game, which would mean he has a lot more 30-point games. So that's why this matters. MJ's always shot the ball more. He's been a shot chucker, a volume shooter, whatever you want to call him. It doesn't matter. Is that a bad thing? No. MJ was 50% from the field for his career. He's extremely efficient, regardless of how many shots he took. This is not taking away from MJ. This is putting it into context. LeBron has never taken as many shots as Jordan, ever. Right? So that's why this matters. A guy who has historically been, more of a point guard, I think, than anything in his career. I think it's, except for the Miami Heat portion, he was more of an off-ball guy. But for the vast majority of his career, first stint with Cleveland, second stint with Cleveland, all of his stint with LA, he's been the point guard, the guy handling the ball and passing. That's why this matters.
Mm-hmm.
He has almost 200 less games of 25 or more shots attempted. Obviously, shooting that much, you're going to score more. It's just the way it goes. If Michael Jordan shot as many shots as MJ, he would average 31 points per game for his career. It's literally just a fact. Maybe 32 or 33, depending on how many of those are threes. But at worst, it'd be 31 points per game, guys. And he would have like 800 30-point games or whatever. I'm not taking away from MJ, putting into context. LeBron doesn't take as many shots. That's why this matters. So,
yeah, I agree with everything you said. My point is, like, this guy LeBron James, it's because you play longer does not mean that you're gonna diminish him for being in the GOAT debate. Longevity matters in the GOAT debate, guys. It matters. I admire Michael Jordan a lot. My favorite player was Jordan. You know, I love watching him play. To this day, I love watching him play. But yeah, he took more shots than LeBron did. LeBron James was not a volume shooter like Jordan was. I agree with Nick about that. Imagine this guy, LeBron James, Nick, has averaged 25 points per game or more for 22 straight seasons.
Yeah.
That's insane to me. Consistent scorer. Amazing. He's just a consistent scorer overall. Better overall round player. Here's the deal, okay? I'm gonna be real. I so sick and tired of talking to people about this, but because I hate comparing eras because it's kind of like I don't know how to describe it because the game basketball has evolved a lot, okay? But people say, oh, you know, Kareem was a consistent scorer too, a volume shooter. Well, guess what? Kareem averaged 22 points per game and took more shots attempts than anybody ever did as a Bucks. And when he was playing Milwaukee, I mean, he took more shots. He took more shots than Jordan and LeBron combined. He really did. But you know what? LeBron passed him in that too category. And I'm so sick and tired of hearing Kareem as top 2 player of all time over LeBron. LeBron's not 3; he's either 1 or 2. So quit putting people out there are Kareem fans, old heads out there. Look, Kareem's not better than LeBron. I don't care what anybody says. He ain't better than LeBron. So, LeBron, congrats to you, brother.
Yeah, I think I'm just kind of sick and tired of people taking away from what he's doing. I do have basketball reference pulled up real quickly here. I want to talk about this. And I'm not taking any away from MJ from this. I know, Trey, your uncle might get really mad at this. Okay.
You're already mad at me about to him today.
He's probably already mad at me. I am not taking away anything from MJ. This is not the GOAT debate. We've already done GOAT debates. I'm telling you why this matters or why it's still important, even though LeBron's played so many more games. That's all. So I have it pulled up here. We're going to break it down. So I might go year by year. I probably won't, but Michael Jordan's rookie year, he averages 20 shots attempted. LeBron averages 19. Throw the MJ second year out because he got hurt. So we'll move to his third year. He averaged 28 shots per game. LeBron averaged 23 shots per game in his third year. And then you go to the prime years, right? All of the 90s. This is MJ's shot attempts in order in the 90s. We'll start from 89 to 90 that year, 24 shots per game, then 22.4 shots per game, then 23 shots per game, 26 shots per game, 24 shots per game, 23 shots per game, 23 shots per game, 23 shots per game. And even on the Wizards, 22 shots per game his first year on the Wizards, and then 19 shots per game his second year on the Wizards. Okay, here's LeBron. We'll start with his first. I think he took more shots at the beginning of his career than he did later on because that team was so horrible he had to. But we'll start with this. We'll start in 2005, 2006, 23 shots per game, then 20 shots per game, 22 shots per game, 20 shots per game, 20 shots per game, 19 shots per game, 19 shots per game, 18. This is Miami, 18 shots per game, 18 shots per game, 19 shots per game his first year back in Cleveland, 18, 19, 20, 19, 18, 21, 22. His first year on the Lakers was 18, then 21, 22, 18, and 18. Okay, guys, he just never took as many shots as Jordan. Most of Jordan's career, he was averaging 23 to 24 shots per game. Most of LeBron's career, it's been 18 to 20 shots per game. That makes this important. That's why this matters. That's why it matters. Jordan has always shot more. He's always shot more, right? And every aspect. That's even without threes, he's shot more, right? So it's just ridiculous that people just refuse to give LeBron credit for an incredible historic achievement.
They never will. And people tell me all the time, "Oh, those are fake stats, brother. Oh, those are fake stats, Trey." This is who made this crap up? Like, bro, it's from StatHead. I have the description. I looked at every single stat that LeBron did and Jordan did, and the fact that LeBron, 22 years in the NBA, doing this is insane to me, man.
Yeah. Yeah,
He
I
never
don't.
get LeBron credit no matter what. They say that.
I,
Here's what I was told. Okay, LeBron is 40 years old. Maybe he should. Maybe he's not the future of the Lakers. He ain't the Lakers star no more. It's Anthony Davis. Maybe people said this about him being in Miami and Cleveland. It's just ridiculous, man. I just can't stand it, bro. Give LeBron credit. Please give LeBron credit out there, please. You know how much. Here's the deal. I don't care if you watch basketball in the 60s. Good for you. You're a fan. Like I said last episode, I don't care if you watch Wilt Chamberlain play or Bill Russell play. And today's era, they ain't winning 11 rings. They ain't scoring a fake, goofy 100-point game. They're not doing it in today's game.
that game absolutely didn't happen, by the way.
It didn't happen at all. So
It definitely didn't.
I'm so sick and tired of hearing stuff about LeBron that he's not. He's just not that good. He's overhyped. He's a narcissist and all that stuff. But you know what? The amount of media pressure this guy's put on his back for him to overcome all that stuff to be where he's at now. Greatest story in the history of sports.
Yep. Real quickly here, this will be the last thing I'd say to move on because I already know what a lot of MJ fans will say. Well, LeBron has shot a lot more threes than MJ. Surprisingly, for his career, he really hasn't. So for his career, MJ averaged 0.5 threes shot per game made. And for LeBron's career, he's averaged 1.6 threes made per game. He doesn't actually shoot that many threes. There was only there's 1 year in 2021, 2022 when he's on the Lakers where he averaged 8, and that's an aberration. I mean, during most of his prime, he didn't average any more than 4 or maybe close to 5 for most of his prime in his first stint in Cleveland, Miami, and then back to Cleveland. He really hasn't added a lot of threes until later on in his career. So that argument is invalid too. Again, I want to say I'm not trying to take anything away from MJ. MJ, I think, is one of the greatest scorers ever. I really do. I mean, there's an argument to be made that he's the greatest scorer ever. I don't think so because he wasn't much of a three-point shooter. He wasn't good at it. Well, it wasn't really a thing in his era. I get it, but we have every level of scoring. I think LeBron's a better finisher. I think LeBron's a better three-point shooter, and MJ is obviously a better mid-range shooter. But I actually do think that that's comparable as well. But still, I'm not taking away anything from MJ at all. Nothing whatsoever. He's obviously one of the greats. I think he's the second greatest ever. I'm not taking anything away from him. This is just putting into context why this is important, why that 30-point record is very, very impressive. So that's all. That's all. Please don't get angry with me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not 47 years old and love MJ. I'm sorry. I apologize.
I apologize. Y'all gonna make me hate the guy too, because I'm sick and tired of people glazing Kareem too.
And I have Kareem third best all time. I really have a lot of respect for these guys. I just think it's ridiculous to say LeBron's not the GOAT, but it's okay. We don't have to talk about that. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that later. We'll have a whole episode dedicated to it. But time to move on to some fun topics. I don't know why Train wants to talk about this because we all know the answer. Those of you who play any video games, sports video games in particular, you guys all know the brand 2K. You all know the developer 2K, right? They're technically a publisher, but they make all the sports game, right? They make basketball. They've made, golf. They really haven't done anything with football, but at 2K, if you guys love basketball or play or, enjoy watching it, you've probably played 2K for most of your life. Okay. I've been under the impression, because I have working eyeballs and a working brain, that 2K really hasn't changed since about 2016. That's the last time I remember it really changing. It's looked pretty much the same for most of my life. It's played the same for pretty much most of my life. And that's why I haven't even played the new 2K, and I go to Trey's house and I whoop him in the new 2K. Why? Because it plays the same as the old one. Because it's the same, right? So it feels the same. It looks the same. It plays the same. And that's why I whoop Trey even when I haven't played it. That's just the way it is. But here's the question. So PGA 2K25 is coming out, okay? And Trey said, this is a question he has on our document here. Will 2K make this game better than 23 actually? And then I wrote next to that in big capital letters, nope. Okay? Nope. Why? Because they haven't really improved any of their games since I've been alive.
Okay. Here's the deal. I disagree with you about 2K, okay?
You're just wrong, bro. You're wrong.
You're not wrong, dude.
You're
Here's the deal,
wrong.
okay? Shot meter is different. I can't even shoot the ball no more with that shot meter. Like, that shot meter is hard to master. I can't even master the shot. And then now I think here's the deal, but I think NBA 2K. No, I'm sorry, PGA real quick for a second because I think that listen, I like playing 2K PGA, but 23 was just a little bit awful, a little bit. I think they made Tiger Woods playing look like a freaking zombie. So that was embarrassing. And Tiger Woods should be like ashamed for that because that was embarrassing, by the way. I think I'm a big Tiger Woods fan. Y'all know how I feel about Tiger Woods. The GOAT of GOATs, in my opinion, the most dominant athlete ever played sport. I think that Tiger probably made the game too. Not gonna lie, he probably did because he saw EA PGA compete with them, and the EA PGA actually is really good. It's really good game. It's actually because you can actually spin the ball. When you hit the ball, if it flies out of the ground, you can actually spin on chip shots, even on approach shots. I bet Tiger Woods saw that stuff. Like, you know what? I could probably do something like that. Now let's go to NBA 2K now. So NBA 2K, I will admit, from when I played from 2017 to 2021, 22, maybe 2022, yeah. It was the same. Same game every year, different cover. They had a little bit of my career story to the game. So yeah, that was pretty much embarrassing of it. 2023, 2024. Same game a little bit. Same game, I will admit. The only thing they added to it was that now that you push people out of their way like this with their elbow. I literally show people out of the way like you're playing football, bro. And Victor Pimentel, I owned you in those games, brother. You know I did. You know I owned you, bro. Nick, play Victor Pimentel. Here's LeBron. All he needs LeBron James. Oh yeah. Now 25. To get 25, okay? The shot meter is so hard to master, dude. I can't master it. I can't master the shot meter. I had to choose the color on the shot meter to be able to see the thing. Like, is it me or is it the shot meter? And now it says about Tiger. Now it says about 2K now. They have signature shots now that you can do on a shot before you shoot the shot, like Jason Tatum's side step 3. You can finally do that in 2K. Finally do something like that. And on top of that, I think that my career has gotten a lot better too. Because my career in 2024 and 2022 was kind of goofy. It was really goofy, by the way. And then I saw they had an update about the shot meter and their dribbling. So but yeah, I think it's getting better a little bit, not a lot, but just a little bit. I'm not trying to say like a whole lot. That could be a lot better too. But you know what? I think because technology is advancing out now to PS5s and Xbox Series One X, it's trying to figure out what it needs to do to become better. So yeah.
Okay, so I did something fun while he was doing that. I pulled up every 2K since 2019 on Steam. And I for one reason, Steam is, if those of you don't know, the massive PC platform where you buy all your games.
Real quick, sorry, but then Nick, I don't get why 2K want to do what's it called, next gen graphics for PC, bro. That's just fancy.
That is weird. I don't really think the next gen graphics do a lot to the game anyways, but it's weird that they don't do that. But I pulled it up because I want to just look at the reviews. Okay, So we're going to look at the reviews from 2019, 2020, 2021, all the way to 25 on Steam. So 2021, NBA 2K19, we'll start there, is all the reviews are mostly negative. That means that 39% of 22,000 reviews were positive. That's like a 3.9 star. That's really bad. 3.9 out of 10. Really bad. Okay. 2K20, all reviews, 60,000 reviews, 49% were positive. That's about a 4.9 out of 10. Not very great either. 2K21, 41%. So 4.1 stars. 2K22, 57%. That's better. That's the best one so far. So 5.7. 2K23, 62%. 6.2. 2K24 was 31%, a huge dive down on 2K24. And then 2K25 so far is 59%. I probably across every 2K game have thousands of hours. When I was in middle school and then early high school, I played 2K, 2K11, 2K12, 2K13, and 14 were the ones I played the most. Just absolutely loved those games. 15 and 16, loved them, played them like crazy. And every time I play one, now I don't even buy the new one. I buy the one before it because I know it's the same as the new one. It's just a lot cheaper. There's a reason the games are always on sale. It's just really sad. I really wish, because games have so much technology now. I really wish we'd use it for those, but I am not high on 2K. I will get PGA 2K25 just so I can whoop Trey like I did in 2K24. I'll do that just because I love
2K24, bro.
Or 23, whatever. It was EA. It was EA. I whooped you on that one, but I did. Do you really want to talk about your record? Okay, yeah. Okay,
that's okay. Hold on. Before we get into that, I play sports games on PC. It's terrible on PC, dude. I can't do it. Like I played Madden on PC before and 2K, even PGA 2 with my friends. It's terrible on PC.
They don't optimize it at all.
If you have PC out there, don't get a sports game on your PC, dude. Get on the console.
It's optimized for that.
Go buy it on PC. Play shooting games, and that's about it. That's all I can put on PC, bro, and Steam. It's that. Other than that, don't get a sports game on PC or Steam. Get on the console.
Yeah, it's optimized definitely for that. I just don't think 2K is good at making games. I don't know what
2K with freaking Madden was doing to PC things. They need more money, bro.
I don't know.
That's terrible on his phones, bro.
If
I'm a guy that's getting inaugurated next month, I'll say you're fired. That's all I'll say to you. If you're one of my companies.
Okay. So, funnily enough, I actually really liked PGA 2K23. Thought it was really fun. I actually really enjoyed that game a lot. I just don't think that 2K is not really proven to me that they're good enough to make sports games outside of WWE that are good.
You played WWE?
So the WWE 2K games are actually really fun, but I'm really down on those, unfortunately. But we'll see. I'll get it just so I can whoop up on Trey. I really like 23, so maybe it'll be a little better. I don't know, but
to get on console.
Yeah, I'll get it on my PS5 for sure. But
terrible on sports games.
Real quickly, another fun question. What sports video games would be cool to bring back? So what sports game, Trey, if you could, would you bring back? I already have my answer. I know what I'm bringing back.
So I know they're bringing back college basketball. Working on that. EA and 2K is for sure working on that.
Excuse me.
Oh, man. That's tough. That's hard. I'd probably say I really want to see Madden go on NFL. Because I remember playing EA's NFL 2K5 with Terrell Owens on that game.
Mm-hmm.
So it's between that game and Fight Night.
Okay. Those are good.
Ball or NFL Street Ball.
Yeah. And an NBA Street Home Court. Oh my goodness, bring it back. I don't know if you ever played that game, Trey. That was the street. It wasn't. So there's NBA Street Ball, but this was NBA Street Home Court. It was specifically designed around street ball, like of NBA players playing at their home courts, like at where they lived when they were kids, and their outdoor courts. It was so awesome. Allen Iverson was on the cover. I remember playing that game, and it was like crazy. You could like jump like way over the rim, like do crazy, like insane dunks and shoot from full court. Like it was really, really fun. I just remember going crazy on that game, 2013. That was awesome. I really, really enjoyed that game a lot. So that's the one that I would want to bring back. I doubt it'd be as good, but whatever. Still, that's what I would bring back. So, alrighty, guys.
Huh?
Huh?
What NFL? What game would you bring back?
I don't even know. I remember playing. It was. Let me pull it up here. I remember playing Madden 06. That one I really enjoyed. Like just old Madden. If they could bring back old Madden, Madden's really gone downhill. So
yeah, also another game too that I thought was really cool in the 2000s was the NBA Lives.
Yeah, NBA Live was. I never really played NBA Live, but
NBA Live away probably the best basketball game I ever played in my life. Because that game, like, dunk contest, where you can on a dunk contest you can like throw off the jumbotron and do a freaking 720. That's how crazy it was, bro. And judges too.
That's insane.
Yeah, judges. Standing up, like actual judges from Sprite at the time when it was Sprite, but it was insane, man. Like,
yeah.
On top of that, you also had a My Career mode. It was kind of like 2K, but it was better, man. Like way better My Career mode, and you can probably you can talk to like Michael Jordan in the game. Like it's kind of like a whole story mode from like when you were a kid to your NBA career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. I
unfortunately it was terrible.
Yeah, just bring me NBA Street Home Court back and I'll be happy, but I doubt they will. But oh well, it's okay. So real quickly here before we wrap up, guys, we wanted to briefly talk about the TGL, that is Tiger Woods' new golf league, Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy's new golf league. It has officially started last week. Tonight, though, Tiger Woods' team, Jupiter Links Club, got to play against LA Golf Club. I watched it, but I just want to get your thoughts straight. What do you think of it so far?
I actually like it a lot. It's growing a game of golf. It's actually pretty cool how you actually, when you're actually hitting from a bunker, so sand bunker and turf, and I think that's pretty cool. And then when you see the green, the red dot, you shows where your ball was at, landing on the green. It's pretty cool to see. You can talk trash to each other. You can hear Tiger Woods talking trash to people like always. You can hear Rory McIlroy in the background. Mm-hmm. And you also hear people when they're communicating what their thought process is, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was pretty excited for it just because I like golf. Yeah. I think they've done an excellent job with the production. The technology is also incredible. Like you're hitting into a simulator, but you're hitting off real grass. So they have a grass section, a rough section, a sand section. And then I thought it was really cool. They're putting green in there. Yeah. Like Trey said, when you shoot it, hit it on the green in the simulator, a big old light appears on the green where you're supposed to put the ball to putt from. Really cool technology. I think I've been more impressed by the technology than anything else so far. It's been really, really cool. I really have enjoyed the SoFi Center for the place is awesome. It's really cool, really high tech. I just like how these golfers really get to show off their personalities because I feel like this is the evolution of the show matches where all the celebrities are playing and stuff of that nature. Like when Tom Brady and Tony Romo and all those guys were out there playing with PGA players, and they'd have the earpiece in, and the guys on the broadcast would talk to them. I got a lot of that from this, so I thought that was super, super cool. Yeah, I've been impressed. I like it. It's cool. I like the technology. I enjoyed watching tonight's game. It's fast paced. It's quick, so it's not
Shot clock too, yeah.
Yeah, the shot clock. I think it's a great alternative to our normal golf tournaments. I really do.
I want to go see one.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool to go see one. Obviously, nothing will take away the majesty and the allure and the class of real golf out there on the golf course. But this is a great filler. I think it's a great filler.
Yeah, and also, Madeline buy me a simulator, babe. Please buy me one. Mom, buy me one. For my graduation gift, I want a golf simulator somewhere in my house so I can practice my swing without hitting my carpet and ruining my fan. Because I actually want to practice more, and it's getting cold outside, and unfortunately I can't do it because it's freaking going again. Yeah. Whoever out there was buy me one, I would greatly appreciate it. I graduate in May, guys, so please, as a present, that'd be really cool for me to get. Yeah.
You heard the man. Get him a golf simulator. But no, I've been really impressed with it so far. It's really cool. I'll continue to watch. So yeah, it's definitely been cool. But guys, that's all we have for today. We really appreciate you guys sticking with us. As throughout the holiday season, it can be a little inconsistent at times, but we'll be back to regularly scheduled videos. This one will hopefully be out by tomorrow or Thursday morning because we are recording this on the 14th. So it will be out either the 15th or the 16th. We'll let you guys know for that on the social media. But again, thank you guys. Remember to like, subscribe, comment. Helps the algorithm a lot. Hit the bells for notifications when we post and things of all that nature, all the normal YouTube stuff. We really appreciate it. So yeah, guys, we will see you again either Saturday for a bonus episode or next week for a regularly scheduled episode. So we'll see you guys then. Again, we appreciate y'all so very much. So we will see y'all later. You have a fantastic rest of your week and weekend. Enjoy some football.